didn't film the horror story, but I had to put these pillows up here for my knees. This is where that crazy bolt went. Right back here. It's where that 12mm bolt went. Now this wiring harness is bolted down here, here, and here. And it does not move. So you got to try to get your wrench or your socket behind there, reaching over the manifold. The other 12mm is right here on this side. That's not as bad to get to. That one you can reach around and get from the other side. I'm going to attempt to put that 12mm bolt back, but to be honest, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I'll try my damnedest because I put things back together the way I found them, but with this, I don't know. I'm doing the number 3 coil, the one in the middle. I had to loosen this to get that out. I had to pull the harness forward, push this line back, and tightly maneuver that out. I used a magnet to get the 10mm bolt out that tightens the coil in. You're going to need something to get it out there because it's hard to move your fingers around to just lift it out. You're going to wind up losing it if you don't use a magnet. I put paper towels folded up down into my intake runners, and I used not a Doka disc, a 3M bristle disc, the white one. It has fine abrasive in it. They have 3 or 4 different discs, and it's great for polishing up mating surfaces. Make sure you clean your gasket area thoroughly, and definitely put new gaskets in your intake manifold. The torque spec on the intake manifold again is going to be 12 foot-pounds. I'm going to do it by inch-pounds. I find it more accurate on that plastic stuff. I don't want to wind up cracking it. So this is the job of doing plugs or coils on this engine. It's a little crazy, man. I'm not thrilled with the way Toyota cocked this engine in here and made everything a hell of a lot harder. I don't know why they just didn't put it straight up. Maybe it lowered the profile of the engine. I don't get it really, to be honest with you. Maybe it's just so do-it-yourselfers can't do it. This right here is enough to stop most DIY people that don't do this work. Because getting in there with a regular wrench or a regular socket and ratchet, I don't think you're going to do it. I couldn't get to it with my quarter-inch drive power ratchet to spin it out. No way I could fit it back in there. I don't think I could even get a regular ratchet in there behind that line. What I used was a swivel head wrench, and I was only getting 1 or 2 teeth of movement at a time. It took me forever to get that bolt out. I spent well over an hour, hour and a half on that one damn bolt. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Well, guys, that's how you do plugs and coils on a Toyota Sienna. All right, thank you for watching. I hope everybody had a happy holiday season, and I hope this video is useful to somebody out there. These bolts will definitely trip you up. So remember, it's over the intake plenum on this side and over the intake plenum on this side. This one you can get around from the side though. But this is the trip. This is the bad one right here. That one right there, that's the one that's going to trip you up and make the job real hard. That's the worst part of the job. The rest is not that big of a deal. Oh, my lens is a mess. Sorry. Let me clean that. Well, guys, thanks again for watching, and I hope this was a useful video for you guys. Please give a like and subscribe. Please subscribe. Help our channel grow. It's our channel. I don't make any money off this damn thing. I'm one of the poor bastards. I don't even have a garage to work in. But I appreciate the support if you guys subscribe. All right, hopefully I'll be bringing you some more useful videos, guys. Take care, and remember, take good care of your cars. They'll take good care of you. Bye-bye. I got the camera. I figure I may as well film me throwing this back together. I put a little dielectric grease on there. Wouldn't want it where somebody couldn't get this back out. This would not be a good place to have a coil get stuck and snap off. Now, to get it back in here. Can't get it in that way. Which way did I come out? I believe I went this way, didn't I? I believe so. Gotta kind of walk it, snake it through there. Where the hell's the hole? Alright, there's where the bolt hole is. Spin it around. Am I gonna hit that damn bracket? Here we go. I am going to use a magnet to get that bolt back in there, because I'm afraid I will lose it otherwise. Very awkward area to work in. Gotta get that started. I believe I got it. Again, I had to get in here with the swivel head wrench, the ratcheting wrench. Don't go crazy tightening these down, you just got to snug them down a bit. Wouldn't care if you had a torque spec on this, you're not getting a torque wrench back there. Just go by feel, don't go nuts. These have come in real handy, these swivel head wrenches. Been great for getting into tight, awkward spots. They've saved my ass. Alright, time to put her back together. I'll be cleaning up this air box that's full of garbage, blow out this whole engine compartment when I'm done. I don't see any more damage from the mice on any more electrical connectors. I went through everything and checked that. Oh, this is not good. Conduit's getting eaten up. I'm going to see if I got another piece of conduit to throw on here for him. That wire will definitely vibrate and cause an electrical fault. The heat and cooling makes all this plastic stuff get so brittle it just like rots away. Let me get a piece of wire conduiting, larger piece, and throw it on there. Throw this on here. Yeah, that's all just crumbling away to nothing. I wish I had smaller stuff, but I don't. Better than nothing. Start that stuff by hand, threading it in. If you do have power ratchets or power tools, do not start it with them. You'll strip them out. You're going into softer material here. You do not want to strip that out. These are all 10 millimeter. These things have been invaluable to me. They save me so much time and pain. I suffer. I got a really bad back. This stuff is not easy for me to do. A lot of times when I'm filming, you don't know it, but I'll do a little bit, and then I go lay down, get off my feet, elevate my leg. My leg blows up too. I had a DVT in my leg. My leg swells up on me. I can't stay on my feet too long. Then I also get migraine headaches. I'm old and broken and falling apart, man. If you're young, enjoy it. My mother used to tell me, I've said it before on videos, she used to tell me, youth is wasted on the young. I didn't know what she meant. I get it now. You don't appreciate what you got until it will start slipping away from you. Alright, now the order I did this in, these bolts, this bolt was the last thing I took out. This is not going to be, well, one of the last things I took out. I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to mount my plenum in first. That way that's lined up where it's supposed to be if I can get that bolt back in there. I'll do that bolt probably last. That torturous bolt. I'm going to blow this out with air again, try to get any junk that fell down on them paper towels out of there so it doesn't go down into the intake. There is junk in there, you see that? Clean. It's important to work clean when you do this stuff. You don't want any contaminants, especially abrasives, getting into this engine. And you definitely need clean mating surfaces or you're going to have an air intake leak, a vacuum leak, which will give you a lean code and throw a check engine light. And that's not a good thing. When you're putting your intake manifold on, don't forget to hook this, your intake plenum, don't forget to hook this hose up before you get set in there. That way you can get that fastened on the back. That's got to go on first. One of the things that got to go on there first. Get that out of the way. Bent needle nose pliers are very good for hose clamps. I put grooves in these. I cut some grooves in these so it kind of grabs a clamp better. Oh, it would help if I get those paper towels out of there, right? I don't think the engine's going to run too good with those in there. That would have been something if I didn't spot that, huh? I don't think this would have started too well. Trying to keep those flat so any crap on top of these don't fall down in there. Just making sure I got everything that's got to be tightened up back there, right? Yep. Does it feel like that's going in there a little funny? I think I'm hitting this clamp back here. This was loose. That's what was throwing me out of whack. That side clamp. That bolt to the head was loose. And I kind of moved it further forward. That's why the manifold wasn't laying flush. Let me go get my Allen tips to get those bolts back in, and I started threading them with the magnet just to grab a few threads to make sure I wasn't cross threading. Again, be very cautious that you don't cross thread this aluminum. Very easy to strip this stuff out. Don't torque this in one shot. I snugged them around in a pattern like this. Then I'm going back, tighten them more to torque spec in multiple steps. I didn't do it all one shot. You don't want to crack this manifold. The plenum, I keep calling it a manifold, I'm sorry. Plenum. Going around double checking all of them. I gotta torque the end nuts. I snug them down too. Whenever you use a torque wrench and you're done, back it back off to 0. Don't leave it loaded. They will go out of spec on you. Alright, I'm going to need the cushions here because I'm going to have to play with that fucking nightmare bolt. That nightmare bolt. Should I try that one first? Maybe I will. Maybe I'll try that one first. If I can get it started with my hand, then I can get it back in. But if I can't get it started with my hand, it's not going to be any dice here. There'll be no dice. Actually, let me take a break. Let me take a break and then I'll try that. Hoses now. They go back on a lot easier than they came off, I can tell you that. Actually, let me put this bracket on now before I get this hose in my way. I like that a lot of stuff is 10 mil instead of crazy amount of different size bolts. Toyota's pretty good with that, keeping stuff to one standard size. This little AC Delco actually torques it down pretty good. I'm impressed with this little tool for a 1/4 inch drive. It's nice, kind of zips them right down without overdoing it. I got a, oh my God, from Lowe's, a Cobalt that's like super strong. This thing is a monster. It'll snap bolts. You gotta watch your ass when you're working with that. My Porter cable is more reasonable, you know, but the other one's good if I really get into a jam. And I got something really seized on. That son of a bitch, if anything will break it free, it's going to be that one. Had that for quite some time and I've been happy with it. There's been a couple of times that I've needed that little extra oomph, you know. Make sure I get these hoses back on all the way. That was pretty much frozen on there. I had to get a pick to get underneath it to break it free. Having a set of pick tools definitely comes in handy. I would advise you to buy them if you're going to be working on your car. There are days they will get you out of a jam. I'll show you the set I have. I don't have a link to post, sorry, but you can find them, I believe, on Amazon or eBay. Make sure you look for the large pick tool set, or you're going to wind up with a small set. I will show you the small set I have too. That's a really great set. These things have helped me out of binds. Having the right tools to get stuff done definitely makes life a little easier. They pay for themselves right away, you know. A couple of jobs on your own car keeps you out of a garage, save you some money. I just hate seeing people get ripped off. That's why I made this channel. It's just a hobby of mine, you know. Like this car, I'm helping my neighbor. Nice guy. We both benefit. He gets his car fixed, and I get to post a YouTube video for you guys. So everybody winds up happy. It's a win-win for everybody. What am I going to have to heat this hose to get it back on here? That's happened to me before. Stuff has got so hard and brittle that I've had to heat them up to get them back on. I'm going to try getting some silicone grease. Maybe that'll help me get that on there. Where's this little guy go? This goes right there. Gotta figure out where these little guys go. I think that one goes on the air box. One go here. Looks that way. Nope, that doesn't go there. I'll figure it out as I start putting stuff back together. Let me get some silicone grease and try to get that back on. Base grease on any rubber hoses, it will eat them up. That will not work out very well for you. Petroleum-based lubricants will eat up rubber and destroy it. Make sure you use silicone, all right? Only silicone-based lubricants. That's where that hose goes. I can't get that on there. I may have to heat that up. That's crazy. You might need a new hose. You might need a new hose. That's so damn hard I might not be able to get that son of a bitch on there. There it goes. Finally went. How crazy was that?